something that you might like to hear. Got a sexy ass body and your ass looks soft. Mind if I touch it to see if it's soft? Nah, I'm just playing unless you say I can. And I'm known to be a real nasty man, and they say a closed mouth don't get fed. So I don't mind asking for head. You heard what I said. We need to make our way to the bed. You can start using your head. You like to fuck, have your legs open all in a buck. Toot it up, slapping ass, girl, the sex get rough. Switch position and let the dick get down to business, so you can see what you've been missing. You might have some, but you never had none like this. Just wait till you see my dick.
Hey, bitch, wait till you see my dick.
Oh,
Wait till you see my dick.
hey bitch,
Wait till you see my dick.
oh, I'ma beat that pussy up.
Wait till you see my dick.
Oh,
Wait till you see my dick.
hey bitch,
Wait till you see my dick.
oh, I'ma beat that pussy up. Yeah. Tell me what's up.
Walk around the club with your thumb in your mouth.
Put my dick in, take your thumb out. Oh, there might be a little caution to dick.
Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am Juanqui and welcome to my world. I'm a cornucopia of stuff. The beginning of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here for one of our confessions. This is their confessions. If you have stumbled upon my channel, I go live every single night. The programming for this levels good. Okay, thank you. I'm glad the levels is good. I hope you had a good beginning of the week, Naris 21 and everybody else that's within the sound of my voice. You know, I'm about to give you, a little break from what's going on in the news right now. The world news, people stuck in airports. Unfortunately, people passing, people being deleted and unalived just because of the tutelage of a certain orange man, a certain house. So it is my goal to be able to get you away from the CNN, the Fox, the ABC, the CBS, the NBC, all of that, and the internet. So with that said, I go live every single night. The programming for this month is Confessions. Yes. And this confession is titled, I pretended to be more put together than I really actually am. Lies, garbage, and trash. Let's see what this young fella has to get off his chest. And he goes, I act like I have my life figured out. Wait, what? Oh, God. See, one thing that when I go in here, because I often do these as cold readings, meaning I don't read them beforehand because I want to give you my initial reaction. And the literacy issue in America, it's a real damn thing. Grammar, conjugate the verbs, subject, predicate, a verb in there. And don't you dare throw an adjective. Let me start again. I pretended to be more put together than I actually am. I act like I have my life figured out, work, relationships, and everything in between. But the truth is, I'm constantly anxious and afraid of being exposed as not good enough. At work, I sometimes hide mistakes instead of admitting them immediately because I'm scared people will think I'm incompetent. Child, that's called securing the bag and not getting pulled into a meeting where they're going to present you with a write-up. But let's go back to the reading. In my love life, I've stayed quiet about my real feelings or stayed in situations longer than I should have, just because I didn't want to feel alone. Child, welcome to dating in your 20s. That's where you figure out your voice. Oh, by the way, yes, I do give my feedback as I read these things, okay? They're asking for advice and they're doing confessions, and I'm here to listen, judge, and throw my little spin on it. So, yes, young man, in your 20s, when you're first starting to date, it's messy. You will feel like your voice is lost, or you may feel like you have to yell to get your point across. Eventually, you do enough of those trial and errors, and you land at the correct place. You learn how to regulate your emotions. Let's continue. With my friends and family, I often exaggerate how stable and confident I am because I don't want people to worry about me or judge me. Okay, so that's just you being a liar and putting on. Okay, you did say your life was a show, right? You said the life was a show. I regret living behind this everything is fine version of myself. I wish I was brave about being honest with people and with myself. I'm gonna go ahead and read some of the comments that were left on this confession. Okay, someone writes, "I'm gonna say 90% of the population lives in a similar reality. It's okay." No, sweetie, do not. I want to see these numbers. I want to see the data. What was the assessment made? Because no, not 90% of the population is a liar and wants to act like everything is okay and is not self-aware of themselves and their surroundings. That's not true. But let's continue. Try to make more friends who you can develop deeper bonds with and talk about this kind of stuff with them about. It will help you tremendously with bridging the gap between performance and feeling like your authentic self. I do agree with the last paragraph. But this whole 90% of the population lives a similar reality? No. I'm sorry. I didn't keep people around. First of all, I didn't live in a delusional world. The only time I was delusional and in fantasy land was when I was on tour and I was getting paid and I was on a stage. Okay? Let's see. Somebody writes, "I'm with you, my friend." Calling him my friend, yet don't even know this person. This could be the killer for all we know. But I digress. That's your friend. "I'm with you, my friend. I had been in a similar space for a very long time, around 5 years or so. It really helped me to confide in a loved one about what I've been feeling and then talking to a psychiatrist." Thank you. "Who diagnosed me," lips seeped to the tongue. "Who diagnosed, oh, that's not happening tonight. Who diagnosed, that's not happening tonight. I am tired. I just got home. Okay. Who diagnosed, I'm not moving on, Naris 21, until this happens for me tonight. Let me go back a couple of words. It really helped me to confide in a loved one about what I've been feeling and then talking to a psychiatrist who diagnosed me with depression. Meds help, and so did a lot of other things like moving cities, reconnecting with lost friends, redoing my hobbies, etc. Basically, taking a pause and addressing my reality helped me understand that I'm not as good as the version of me in my mind. And I don't have to hold myself to that standard. I just need to be present, do stuff I truly care for, and keep getting better at it every day. Life's better when simpler. And somebody says, I'm only going to read this last one and then I'm going to read my commentary and then we're going to be out. At 66, I'm still faking being an adult. I don't know if this person was trying to be funny or... So what I get when I hear this confession and then when I hear other people's comments, and just in general, when I go through these throughout the day and I pull what I'm going to talk about for the week and stuff like that, let me tell you something. And we've heard this over and over, but no, I wholeheartedly feel that this is accurate. Mental health issues are running savagely out there. I cannot tell you, and I ain't no fucking doctor, though I come from a long line of doctors and lawyers. I ain't no damn doctor. But I can tell you, just if you sit and you listen to someone, in this case, read their writing, right? Long enough, you can see the insecurities. You can see the mental health issues. You can see, for lack of a better term, and I'm not trying to read, the mental deficiencies. You can see the lack of confidence. You can see the unloved. You can see the lack of self-care. You can see the inner child that was mistreated and lacked affection and lacked guidance. You can see public education, public school education. You can see the ghetto. You can see the sheltered. You can see the silver spoon right in their mouth. If you just sit back and you look at and you listen to the subtext and the context of whatever anybody's saying. You know, I think this person will benefit greatly from going to some type of therapy. There in the therapy, hopefully the therapist will be able to identify if there's a need for psychiatric evaluation. And the psychiatric is the one, Nurse 21, that offer the drugs. No, not the tina, the liquor, the coke, but the psychotropic drugs. Those are the ones who alter your brain. And so that these people could be walking around looking at rainbows and sunshines all day. This need to put on, I never came from that. But then again, I was surrounded by good people. I was surrounded by people who were mentors, and I was exposed to good, youth programming, summer programs and after school programs, and then just being exposed to different things. And when I got my working papers and I got an opportunity to try different jobs and all, it's all about exposure. It's all about exposure. It's all about, showing young people all the different avenues so that they can make the choice of what they want to, invest their time in. I do think there's a problem when you walk around the world trying to act like everything is perfect. Things are not perfect, but things don't need to be detrimental either. Things don't need to be a hot fucking mess either. You need to be able to acknowledge that there's room for growth. If you're feeling down, depressed, acknowledge that you're feeling down and depressed and try to get some help. I joked around. I said, "Oh, you covering for your mistakes at work," and I joked around about securing the bag, but there is something there. Somebody who wants to be perfect, that's a setup for failure right there. It absolutely is. Nothing is perfect. Nothing will ever be perfect. Not on this earth anyway. And so it's about, one of the things that I, as a young person, was drilled in me, especially as I was in the arts and the performing arts, no matter how good the show was, no matter how on point everything was, we hit everything like it was in rehearsal or better. There was always a discussion or circled up the next day. It's called notes. The director gives us notes. The musical director gives us notes. The dance captain gives us notes. The dramaturg gives us notes. The stage manager gives us notes. The crew might have a note that they pass to the producers to then pass us because, the crew should not be talking to the actors. Not in a sense of how dare they talk to me. But there's a chain of commands. And so you listen to your director, your directors, your stage manager, and your producers. Anybody else, they got to go through them to get to you, right? So there was always notes. We sit around in a circle and, oh, yesterday was a great show, but here are the things that worked, the things that were great, and here are the things that we can do differently, the things that we need to work on, the things that could be better next time. And it's an acknowledgement that we were great, everything was on point, but there's still room. It's live theater, right? So there's still room to make something better, to tighten up a little bit better. We are work in progress. Nobody has arrived. Nobody's completely cooked. Nobody's fully done. So there's always room for improvement. And I think having that drilled in me as a young person allowed me to then, as a teenager, college student, and then a grown-ass man, not take shit so personal. And understand that, yes, there are going to be areas for improvement every single time. I come out here and what may look like a really tight, aesthetically pleasing, especially right now on your screens, drop a bomb on that. I often get a lot of compliments on how I do my lighting, how I do my production, the transitions, the music, the, little box, how I can get these colors, how I can do this, how I can do that. If only you knew this. I'm looking at it and it looks really well put together for you guys. But in my mind, I have notes. I sit with Hulk. I ask Hulk, how did it look? What did you think? I'm thinking of doing this next. So, you hear me joke around telling me, oh, we got to have a production meeting, because there's always room for improvement in everything we do. Everything we do. There's nothing perfect. The only perfect thing is God. And none of us is close to that, like that. So, it's important that young people understand that, so that they're comfortable being in that world. They're comfortable being in the world of knowing there's always room for improvement. Yes, I was excellent. Yes, I got a standing ovation. Yes, at work I was so good, I got that promotion. But what's next? How can I got the promotion, I got a little bonus. How can I secure that promotion and a bigger bonus next time around? How can I already start being in the eyes of people to put me in a different role, in a higher position? So that's my 20 cents on that. I think this person definitely needs to sit on somebody's couch and let the process be the process. And then if you need to pop some pills, provided that they were diagnosed by a professional, then go ahead and do what you got to do. With that said, I want to thank everybody who came through. I go live every single night. We will be back tomorrow with another confession. This is their confessions. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you had a good start of your week, and I hope you have a great, productive, blessed week. And now you're able to identify the things that really worked for you and the things that you can improve on or that could be done better differently. Ask yourself, what could I do differently next time? With that said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.